Good afternoon, this is Lawrence from Mosaic Workshops, and we're going to go through one of the patterns here. This is a saltire a motif, and called saltire because you can see this shape of it's a cross shape, but rather than the usual vertical and horizontal line, it's on the diagonal line. So that's what the saltire is. Now, I've always named this as a double strand guilloche because if we look at the color mosaic here, I've turned this a double strand as saltire, where you have a double strand border pattern wrapped up and interwoven to become this saltire shape. But I've just realized the other day that that's actually incorrect. Now you can see here the green and the red strands. They are just there's one green strand here, and that is interwoven, and you can see it's just that one piece, and the same with the red one. So without checking it, automatically thought, well, it's only two strands, therefore it's got to be a double strand. But it is in fact a four strand. So if we look at this, which is the how you can tell in the guilloche patterns, these plait patterns, how many strands are in them. If you can't count the colors, usually in the original mosaics, it can be quite difficult to see. But what you do is you look for these single white center tesserae. If we go over to the left here, on the double strand one, you can see there's just one single white center tesserae. The area that all the strands wrap themselves around. And on this one here, if we look at the number of the strands on the single white center tesserae on a diagonal line, you can see there's two. So there's one there, there's two there, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on this one near the center. Now, what you do is whatever number of single white center tesserae on a diagonal line, you plus one to that number, and that is how many strands, individual strands, make up that pattern. So you see here we've got two single white center tesserae, 2 plus 1 is 3, so we know this is a triple strand. And as you can see, the way I've colored them with this sort of purple, green and blue, there are 3 individual strands. So we know that that's correct. The same with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, add 1 is 5. So we know that this one is a 5-strand guilloche border pattern. And so that was what I was doing when I was looking at this. I assumed because of the 2 strands that it was double, but it is in fact 4. If you look on the diagonal here, we go from top left to bottom right, and you see if we counted those on what would be a diagonal line, if we put this on the horizontal, 1, 2, 3 plus 1 is 4. So the pattern created here, just up on this one corner piece, if you look at it, is in fact a 4-strand guilloche border pattern. So technically speaking, it's 4-strand guilloche as saltire there, but I assumed because it's just the 2 strands in there, it was double. Doesn't make much difference. It's just something that came up for me the other day, and I thought you might be interested to see that.